and Facebook, and I never know what's going on. How do you know all that?
The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
It's a no-hitter, and the Dogs win the region.
Here's a ball hit deep to left field. Back to the wall. It is gone. Listen to this crowd. Welcome home run.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome in, folks. Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball right here on the Cedartown High School Bulldogs Radio Network, WGAA. Also bringing it to you on Facebook Live. If you want to watch the feed, you certainly are invited to do that. Cedartown playing the Heritage Generals in Game 3 of their region matchup. Cedartown ahead 2-1. Won the first game earlier this week and won Game 1 of this doubleheader just about a half hour ago. We're just about to be underway in the first inning. Here's Andrew with the call.
First pitch from Reese Tanner is high, ball one, to Eli Tothero, who will be the leadoff man. Tothero, Brady Chandler, J.J. Hunt, 2 and 3. Max Owens batting cleanup today. 1-0 the count. Reese Tanner on the hill. The pitch. Hit on the ground towards shortstop. Another great play by Dylan Cupp. Throws to first. They got him. What a play. Another highlight reel play by Dylan Cupp.
I don't know what to say, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching that game on the live feed, you saw that. It's very difficult to describe the grace and the range that Dylan Cupp has over at shortstop and the cannon that God put on his right shoulder.
I'm telling you. Brady Chandler, who was the starting pitcher in the first game, is playing third base. Pitch from Reese. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike one. One out, nobody on base. The 0-1 pitch. Curveball, just missed. No strike call. Got the call. 0-2. Like a pretty good pitch, and it was. Oh, yes. Tanner delivers the 0-2. Fly ball right center field. Who's going to get to it? It will be the right fielder for the Dogs. Tony Ware to make the squeeze. Out number 2.
Good play there by Tony, ranging to his left and ranging back. Catches that ball in stride, loses his cap, but he has now retrieved it. Both of these teams left a lot of runners aboard in the first game. A few errors on both sides, costly. But this game just underway, no score from the Dog Pound.
Pitch on the way. Low and away, 1 ball and no strikes to J.J. Hunt, the shortstop. X-Holiday back at third base. We'll get to the rest of your defense here in just a moment. 1-0. Inside, 2-0 the count. Left field, Chance White. Center field is Jack Roper. Tony Ware in right. X-Holiday at the hot corner. Dylan Cupp at short. Denver Nell second. Cole Dingler at first. Low and in to Eli Barrow, who's catching. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. .30 pitch, here it is. Hit him right on the back. Painful way to get on base with a 3-0 pitch, and he'll jog over to first base the hard way.
Reese for that entire batter seemed like his release point was a little off. He had several pitches that were inside. That was just a little too inside. Got to dial that release point back in, but with 2 outs, the Generals have a runner aboard at first base via the hit batsman.
Reese from the stretch and the pitch to Owens. Line drive left field, base hit. Fielded by Chance White. Runner's going to try for third, and he's going to make it. I don't think the Dogs even dreamed he would try to go to third base, and he did. The throw kind of short hopped. It wasn't a really hard throw in from left field. They might have had a chance to nail them dead to rights if they try to get it to the cutoff man.
Yeah, if the left fielder charges that ball aggressively and gets it in, but you're right, nobody anticipated he was going to do that. And when he hit second base, he never missed a stride. When he was 20 feet from second base, he had already committed to third. Good aggressive base running by the Generals as runners on the corners.
Zach Barrett, the second baseman at the plate, takes a strike right down the middle, 0-1.
The Generals determined here to play aggressive, try to put a run across on the first.
We'll see if the Generals decide to play some strategy here with a stolen base. They will. The pitch is low and away. No chance to throw him out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Second and third now with 2 outs, and it's a 1-1 count.
Ball bounced up there, was well outside the zone. Barrow with a good job just keeping it in front of him, yielding the runner to second base to keep the runner at third.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Time called at the plate. Hunt at third, Owens at second with 2 outs. The pitch on the way. Popped up right side. And Dingler gives a look at it but has no play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was 82 degrees at first pitch, now down to 74. Still very comfortable outside. Nicest day of the week so far. Tomorrow, most of the day tomorrow, should be about this nice. The 1-2. Back to the backstop, but that one bounced a little too much. It was so hard that it bounced right back to Eli. No chance for Hunt to advance home.
A very fortuitous carom off of that backstop. Came right back to Barrow. The runner had broken to come home and then wisely reeled it up and retreated back to third.
The wind, the 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging for strike 3. Leaves 2 aboard. And we are scoreless through a half inning of play. Heritage Generals nothing. The Cedartown Bulldogs are coming up. Cedartown baseball is here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball. The offensive lineup for the Bulldogs is going to look something like this. Cub leading off, playing shortstop, followed by Ware in right field. Holiday playing third base, and he'll bat third. Eli Barrow, the cleanup catcher. Reese Tanner is pitching and batting fifth, followed by Cole Dingler at first, and Nail at second. White in left field, and batting in the 9 hole is Jack Roper, the Cedartown center fielder. No score after 1/2 inning in the books. Cedartown shut down the Generals after 2 runners were allowed to get on base, so the Generals already stranded 2 runners, gave up a good opportunity to have jumped out on front in the top half of the first inning, but nothing doing, and the score is zip after a half inning of play. So Dylan Cup strolls to the plate with his walk-up music, Small Town USA. where we're all from and proud to be from.
And as he is as well. Starting pitcher Landon Skeen here in Game 2 of the doubleheader today. Cup had a loud double in the first game, a homer in the first game of the series. That's upstairs, ball 1 to Dylan Cup. Defensively speaking, Bryce Quails is behind the plate, catching. Brady Chandler at third, J.J. Hunt at short, Zach Barrett at second, J.C. Armour at first. 1-0 pitch. Just a bit outside, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. In the outfield is Eli Tothero, Gage Schaefer in center. Looks like he is back out there and he's okay. Max Owens in right field. So good to see Schaefer back out there in center.
Yes, it is.
Unless this was an old lineup and they had to replace him. That's upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. It is Collette, I beg your pardon. Collette is in there. This was printed before they got here, so they had to make that substitution. So Collette is in center field rather than Schaefer. So we hope Schaefer is going to be okay. Obviously not well enough to play in this game. Down the middle for a called strike 1. It's 3-1 now to Dylan Cup.
Yeah, with the way he rolled that ankle on the first base bag, it would surprise me if he was able to play again today.
Skeen with a 3-1 pitch. High and tight, ball 4. And the Dogs have their leadoff man aboard here in the bottom half of the first inning. That'll bring up Tony Ware playing right field.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 13, Tony Ware.
Tony Ware, ex-Holiday, playing third base, batting third. And I think he's earned himself a spot in the top 3 of the lineup as well as he's been swinging the bat. And Tony Ware, of course, as well. Tony actually started the season farther down the lineup, but he's now up in the lineup as well as ex-Holiday in this game.
And definitely earning the spot.
Cup leads away from the bag at first.
Dangerous runner over there at first base.
Let's see if he's off on the first pitch. He's not. The pitch is a strike called. Inside corner, 0-1. Pick-off attempt over to first base. Dylan slides back in safely.
Depends on whose rocket you're talking about. Where have you been?
I've been here. Listening to Danny over here making mad calls.
They don't even know they're on the air right now. Another throw to first. Closer play, but he's back safely again.
Sometimes you want to put a sign down there at the concession stand.
And other times you just kind of want to
live
see what you
mic, 10 feet over your head.
Sometimes you just want to see what you hear.
You see what you hear.
0-1 the count. Cup with a big lead. Pitch is high and tight. 1-1 now to Tony Ware.
We have definitely heard some interesting conversations over the years at the concession stand window.
Also, someone has a really squeaky rocking chair, too. 1-1 pitch. Low and away. Pitch in the dirt. And Cup does not try to move over. Two balls, one strike. Dogs defeated the Generals 2-1 in the first game of the doubleheader. 2-1. Called strike 2, 2-2 now to Tony Ware. Pitch was a bit low, it looked like, but upset it across the plate in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another throw to first base, and that one almost got away.
Good snag there by the first baseman, J.C. Armour, to keep that ball from trickling down the foul territory and Dylan winding up on third base. Good defensive grab.
2-2 to Ware. The pitch from Skeen is a high chopper, tough play to shortstop. They won't have a chance, and they don't have a chance anywhere. The shortstop waited to look at second base. He should have known he didn't have any chance to make the play there, and when that split second, He gets to first base, an infield hit for Tony Ware, and they're at first and second with nobody out.
Yes, if he comes up, if he charges that ball aggressive,
maybe,
and comes up firing to first, maybe.
It's a big maybe.
A big maybe, but that little anticipation of thinking, I'm going to try for the 6-4-3. Dogs with 2 aboard, nobody out, bottom half of the first.
Holiday, 1 for 3 in the first game, and a great start on the mound. Is batting in the 3 hole in this lineup. First and second, nobody out. Pitch is ball 1.
That's where the secondary lead matters.
Absolutely. Pick off attempt, and they got Dylan Cupp picked off at second. Does not happen very often,
no,
but they got him that time.
But that was 2 things happened simultaneously. One is got Dylan leaning towards third, and then that was an outstanding pickoff move.
Yes, it was.
By the pitcher. That's one of the better spin pickoff moves to second base I've seen from a prep pitcher in a while.
So now it's runner at first with 1 out. And the pitch is low and in to X, 2-0. That's probably the first time that Dylan Cupp has been picked off this season. Can't think of another time that he has. Ware at first, the pitch. Ball 3, that's upstairs. Sun is setting behind the trees. Lights are on here at the ballpark. A few clouds to the west, but otherwise a clear sky. 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs. They would have been loaded, but we'll take first and second with 1 out. And now the cleanup hitter for the Dogs is Eli Barrow behind the plate. Big Show Barrow.
Eli Barrow.
And his big brother, about 8 feet from me, running the scoreboard.
I love
all 3 of them boys and their sister.
Oh, they're all great. Pitch to Eli. Upstairs, ball 1. Breaking ball that didn't break much. And it wouldn't be a ball game if Ken Jolly wasn't cheering on behind the plate. You hear him down there.
Oh, yeah.
1-0 pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Ware leads away from second. X Holiday at first. Stretch by Skeen, the 2-0. Called strike 1 right down the middle. Sign given. The 2-1, instead they fake a pickoff move again.
Who was it? Oh, okay.
Runners their leads. Both have pretty sizable leads. 2-1, way outside. 3 balls, 1 strike.
So a hitter's count now. 3-1 to Barrow. Runners on first and second. Still no score. Bottom half of the first inning.
Hitter's count here. They do another pickoff attempt, and that was close.
Excellent pickoff move. Not quite as big of a lead as Cupp had just moments ago. But this young man has a great pickoff move to second. Haven't seen an aggressive pickoff move to first yet, but a good one to second.
3-1. Big cut and a miss, 3-2.
If you're going to swing and miss, make it count.
And he did indeed.
Barrow would like to have that one a do-over.
1 out, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Barrow. Ball, strike 3 called on a pitch that was like 3 feet outside. Oh, my goodness.
Well off the plate.
2 outs.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 2, Reese Tanner.
So here's Reese Tanner. See if he can help himself here, give himself a lead here in the first inning. Eli Barrow called out on the strikes on the 3-2 pitch. Skeen set. Look to second, the pitch. Reese takes a call, strike 1, outside corner. Corners are liberal in game 2. Another big lead over there at second. 0-1. That's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Reese Tanner.
Right there, whoa.
Tanner is dialed in. Scheme with the 1-1. Line foul off the netting. And is quickly 1-2 with 2 outs.
Come on, 2.
Beautiful sunset, by the way. The colors are really pretty. 1-2 from Skeen. Fouled away. Good cut there on a pitch that was a tough fastball there in on him. Fought that one off to stay alive.
And with 2 strikes here, you got to protect. Definitely off the plate outside, you've got to protect.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First and second here in the bottom half of the first. Pitch on the way is low. And they almost had him picked off again. In fact, Tony Ware was halfway to third base. They didn't elect to throw down that way.
I thought for a second there Tony Ware was dead out, but he was so far down, if they throw to second, he can trot to third.
True. The pitch missed. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Skeen checks the runner, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him with a high one.
So the Cedartown Bulldogs technically leave 2 runners aboard, but with that pickoff of Cup, they had 3 runners on base, unable to score. So the bane of baseball, what is that? We say walks, errors, and runners left aboard. So both teams failing to capitalize on having plenty of scoring opportunity right here in this first inning. So the first inning is closed and the score is still 0-0.
Back after 30 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball. Jamie Newsom and Andrew Carter bringing you action here from the Dog Pound on Cedartown's own WGAA. The first inning is closed, and neither team able to push across runners that they had in scoring position. Cedartown left, Heritage left 2 aboard in the top of the first.
Yep.
Cedartown technically left 2 aboard, but they did also have in that inning a runner picked off. So 3 runners touched the base pads and no one scored. So now we're about to be bringing you action from the top half of the second inning here from Cedartown High School on this beautiful March evening. If you're at home with nothing to do and want to load up and come on out to the ballpark, there's plenty of baseball left to play.
6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. Due up, J.C. Armour. Landon Skeen will bat for himself. Pitches a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. To Skeen. Or rather to Armour. Pitch. Low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. J.C. Armour, Landon Skeen, Bryce Quayles, the catcher. No DH in this game for Heritage. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss, a big fastball that he came up empty on. Here's the 2-1. Pops up towards shortstop. Dylan Cupp is underneath. He'll make the easy catch for the first out of the second. 1 gone. Here's the pitcher, Landon Skeen. He'll bat for himself in this inning, in this game. The Generals had to make a couple of changes in their lineup for Game 2 due to the injury of their starting center fielder. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1. If you recall, Gage Shaver injured his ankle running down the first base line. The first game had to be replaced by the current center fielder. That's a bouncer to the left side and foul, strike 2. In fact, Skeen, I believe, actually checked into center to finish the game, or checked into the outfield, I should say. And now Jake Collette is in center field, and Eli Tothero is in left, and they flipped the lineup. Tothero led it off, and then Collette is in the 9-hole. Right now it's Landon Skeen with an 0-2 count to him with 1 out. Pitch on the way from Tanner. It's fouled back.
Curveball. Did a good job staying back, keeping his hands back, waiting on it, but still just fouled it out of play.
Nothing in 2. Reese winds and delivers. Hard hit ball to right field. Tony Ware, those got it, and he makes the catch. 2 gone here in the second. Hit pretty well that way, but
now batting for the Generals,
no problemo for the right fielder,
Quayles.
Tony Ware. Here's Bryce Quayles, the catcher. Reese, the wind, the pitch to it. Ball 1 upstairs. Atlanta Braves and New York Mets played today. Ended in a 2-2 tie in spring training action from the Braves' home park down there in Florida. Here's the 1-0. Outside, ball 2, 2 balls, no strikes. On Wednesday, Mike Soroka, had his first start of the spring season. Looked and felt pretty good. And if you're a baseball fan anywhere, you're a big fan of Mike Soroka and his comeback attempts. Breaking ball and a called strike 1, 2-1 the count. Back here at CHS. No score here in the second. Comebacker up the middle, going to be a tough play for Cupp, and he throws over to first in time.
Wow.
Had to range over toward the bag at second, and he had no time to pick up. All in one motion, picked up and threw.
And threw a bullet over there. Good throw, and it took that. It took an 85-mile-an-hour fastball across the infield to get him and got him by a half step. So after 1.5, the score still remains 0-0. Cedartown High School playing the Heritage Generals in Game 3 of their region set.
Back after 30 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball right here on WGAA. Cedartown locked up with the Heritage Generals 0-0. Bottom half of the second inning about to be underway. Cedartown thus far 5-0 in the region. We swept the Central Carroll Lions last week, and then in our second region set we beat these Generals earlier in the week and then came out on top in Game 1 of this doubleheader. So now we're in Game 2 of the doubleheader, Game 3 of the region set. 0-0 is the score. Cole Dingler strolls up to the plate to begin the Dogs' charge in the bottom half of the second inning. And here's Andrew Carter with the call.
Landon Skeen ready to go here on the mound. And the first pitch to Dingler. Cutting the miss on a high fastball. Cole Dingler, Denver Nail, Chance White. 6, 7, and 8 in the Bulldog lineup. Bottom half of the second, 0-0, the 0-1. Back to the backstop, ball 1.
Cole Dingler, the son of one of my teammates from way back in the day, Jeff Dingler. That's also one of the coaches of this Bulldog team.
Longtime community coach.
Longtime community coach, and was a fantastic catcher in his own right, class of 91.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty, called strike 2. 1-2 now to Cole Dingler.
He took over the duties of catching when Ryan Prince graduated.
Like father, like son, right?
Oh, yeah.
Pitch. Tapper foul on the plate. It was a fastball that he just got a piece of.
I believe Ryan was class of 88, was a catcher. And then Jeff took over that probably as a sophomore and called for 3 years.
Bryce Quayles got nailed by that foul ball in a very sensitive area. He's had to walk it off a bit, and he's back in there, but you can tell he's just, it's one of those times that it just hurts. That pitch just missed outside, ball 2, 2-2. That was strike 3 against Barrow earlier. The wind, the 2-2. Strike 3 called again out there. Out number 1.
Now batting. Here's
Denver Nail.
Number 11, Denver Nail.
Well, and if you're going to get that call, live there.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're going to get that call, live there.
First pitch to Denver. Called strike inside corner. Skeen, the kick in the 0-1. Called strike 2 again. Painting the edges. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 to Denver. Way outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The wind, the 1-2 on the way to Denver Nail. Just missed away. 2-2. Landon Skeen looks into his catcher, Quails, and the 2-2. Fouled off the end of the bat, back to the net. Count stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 2 today, game 3 of the series. Cedartown won the first game today by a score of 2-1. Won game 1 of the series 5-3 back on Tuesday. 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece to foul it back.
Good piece of hitting there to stay alive. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Cedartown has bases empty and 1 out. No score in the second.
2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Out number 2, no score, and it's going to be up to Chance White here if we have anything happen in this inning.
Bulldogs, number 1, Chance White.
Cedartown has struck out 4 times, starting with Barrow all the way up to Denvernell just now. Breaking ball too high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes now to Chance White. One-0 pitch. Ball 2, that's high. I agree, Logan. Logan just texted me. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Three balls and no strikes.
Amen, Logan.
3-0. Ball 4, that's down low. A 4-pitch walk will put Chance White aboard. It'll give Jack Roper a chance, who's playing center field in this game.
I'm everything that I said I'd be.
Jack Roper gets to play a lot, but his at-bats have been kind of few and far between this season, so this is a good chance for him to make a difference here in the 9-hole for the Dogs. 2 outs, a runner on first. And Roper instead they'll throw over to first base as Roper was getting into the batter's box. Chance White back safely.
Be careful with this lead we get over there at first base.
Oh, he can pick him off.
Heritage pitcher has a great move. Just showed it over to first.
Skeen delivers. That's high again. 1 ball and no strikes. Looming on deck is Dylan Cupp. Fouled straight back. 1-1. Soccer happening at the top of the hill. The girls, by the way, won. Pick off a 10th. That one popped away, but Chance White will not move. It wasn't far enough away for him to advance to second.
Mom, what color?
Girls won 2-1 over Sonoraville. Boys are playing right now as we speak. A ball and a strike. Jack Roper at the plate. Skeen delivers. That's low. 2 balls and 1 strike, a fastball there that he threw in the dirt. Just about picked up from the dirt there by Qualls. Let's stretch the 2-1. Ball 3. That one outside and tad low.
Jack Roper showing some good discipline at the plate.
Cedartown left officially left 2 aboard in the first inning. 3-1 pitch. That ball is hit in the air to left field. Shallow left. Left fielder comes in. That is Tothero and makes the catch for out number 3. Cedartown leaves a base runner here in the second, and we are still scoreless through 2. We head to the third inning after this word from our Cedartown Bulldog sponsors on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball here on the Big AA, bringing you action from the Cedartown High School baseball field here in lovely Cedartown, Georgia on the Big AA. Cedartown and the Heritage High School Generals tied 0-0 with 2 innings in the book. Both teams having left runners aboard. Heritage 2 in the top of the first, Cedartown 2 in the bottom, and then again Cedartown leaving another runner on just moments ago. Back in the I might have said second a moment ago. If I did, I apologize. It's the top half of the third inning. It was multitasking instead of focusing, but now we got the top of the third underway. Here's Andrew with the call.
Welcome to my world. Here's the pitch on the way.
What, multitasking instead of focusing?
Swing and a miss. Well, I try to do both.
Multitask and focus.
It's tough. It's tough to do. The wind, the 0-1 pitch. Called strike. 0-2. This is Collette at the plate. He'll take him to 1 down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jay Collette and then Eli Tothero, Brady Chandler, center fielder, 9-1-2. 1-2 to Collette. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Ball low in the zone. Might have swung at a ball, but too close to have taken it. Inside part of the plate, tough pitch to hit. Kind of handcuffed him.
Now batting for the Generals,
1 out for the Generals.
Eli Tothero.
Flag for about the first time all evening is just draped limp at the flagpole.
Here's Tothero. Low and away to him, 1 ball, no strikes.
Been a pretty consistent wind from left field to right field for most of the game. Most of the evening.
Tothero's 0 for 1. And the 1-0 pitch to him. Ball 2, that one down low as well. Tothero grounded out to Dylan Cupp his last time. 2-0. 3-0, that one sailed on him. Dylan Cupp made a great play to retire Tothero in the first inning, if you recall. Another deep shortstop pick that he was able to turn around and throw to first base. He's made several great plays like that today. 3-0 pitch, ball 4.
Long day for these guys, for both teams. I got down here today a few minutes before 3 o'clock. Several of the Bulldogs down here right shortly thereafter. You know, a lot of these guys have already been down here 5 hours almost, and that's after a full day of school. And these guys from Heritage, of course, after this, two full ball games, and then a ride all the way back to Heritage, and then back home. And, I'd be willing to bet that school is going to start in the morning the same time it always does.
That's right. And this game, of course, was supposed to be on Friday, and technically the doubleheaders are supposed to be on Fridays when you don't have a school day the next day, but due to the threat of impending weather, they had to change it, although the forecast did eventually change, so tomorrow is actually going to be a nice day, but tonight's a nice night too. That's fouled away there by Brady Chandler, strike one.
And then with the game being tonight instead of tomorrow night, then I have the opportunity to have date night with the better half.
So do I. Tothrow leading away at first. Pitch on the way, swung and fouled away to the right. It's 0-2. And these Cedartown Bulldogs will get a chance to take their sweethearts out.
That's right.
Oh-2 from Reese. Ground ball second, could be 2. 6, 4, 6, and 3. Easy double play.
Good turn in the middle. They had plenty of time. Sharply hit ball right to the second baseman. Cedartown second baseman had time to not have to rush that. Dylan was already at second base. Took the feed from the second baseman, turned it quickly. And so a textbook 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. So a 2.5 in the books. The score remains zip from the dog pound.
We'll come back in 30 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next-day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
No score from the dog pound after 2.5 in the books. Cedartown's about to come up and try to see if they can't put something up here in the third inning. Back to the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Dylan Cupp is strolling towards the bat. But it looks to me like Carson Tanner is about to call out the winner of the raffle.
Now batting for your Bulldogs.
I think that's going to have to wait until another opportunity because the game's about to get back underway. Dylan Cupp taking his last warm-up cut and stepping into the batter's box. Javier Lopez signed bat, I do believe, is what's being raffled off tonight.
Cup takes one outside. 1 ball, no strike. Dylan was walked his last time. Back in the first inning to lead off the bottom half. 1-0 pitch on the way from Skeen. Hits it foul. 1-1. That would be a... Javi Lopez was a favorite of my sister when she was growing up. I liked Javi Lopez as well, but my favorite Brave of that era was... I loved Fred McGriff. I was just a great fan of his. 1-1 pitch. Ball 2.
Well, of course, I'm a little bit older than you.
Well, I'm talking about that era.
Well, of course,
yeah.
and that Fred McGriff would be one of my favorites, but I guess my all-time favorite Brave would have to be Dale Murphy.
No question there. Ball 3, 3-1 the count.
You know, if you ask the guys in my son's age group, their all-time favorite Brave, most of them was Chipper Jones, and well earned. But mine is Dale Murphy.
3-1 pitch. Called strike 2, outside corner. Dylan didn't think much of that.
Dale Murphy hit some home runs that haven't landed yet.
3-2. That one got away from him. Ball 4, a fastball, and Dylan Cupp will take first base on a the second free pass he's been issued in this game. You know, it's such a shame, too, that Dale Murphy, just because he didn't play on some good Braves teams, there's only like maybe a couple of teams he played on that were even winning seasons. His back-to-back MVP years were pretty good years for the Braves.
And I think his career numbers definitely reflect that he didn't have protection.
He did not. You're right. Throw down to first base. Dylan is back safely. Dylan was picked off at second base.
And almost picked off then.
It was very close. But on merit and talent alone, I mean, pitch on the way. Called strike. It's 0-1. Del Murphy should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't understand why there's even a question about it.
I think probably it's his career batting average.
But other because he would strike out a lot.
Yes.
He was number one in homers and number one in strikeouts. But that's what a power hitter does. They're going to strike out a lot. But they're also going to get big hits for you. No balls, one strike to count. Back here to 2023. Pitch out, throw to first. Back safely. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, this is fun to watch because a pitcher with an excellent pickoff move and excellent awareness on the mound and an elite class base runner, and the two of them having a contest.
Another throw down to first. Back safely.
Definitely a battling strength contest between Skeen and Cup, and it's just fun to be a part of watching.
The 1-1. Breaking ball and a called strike 2.
And right now, Skeen is ahead in the Skeen Cup challenge, having picked him off back in the first. At second base. Cup, of course, would love to get him back with a stolen base. Skeen trying to keep that from happening.
1-2 pitch. Way outside. Great stop there by Quails. Kept it from getting away from him and keeps Dylan Cup at the bag at first. 2-2.
Great play makes great play. You look at that play by the catcher, knowing who's at first raises his bar.
Without a doubt, no question.
Makes him play that much harder.
Skeen looks, the pitch. Called strike 3. That outside part that's getting called got called again. Got to hand it to Quails. He's pulling that one back in pretty well. And he's getting the calls.
And, of course, Skeen is living where he's getting that call. And I can't fault him at all. I said last inning, if you're going to get that, then live there.
They attempt another pickoff move.
And continue to push that envelope. Push it further outside until you don't get the call. Then you know where you're at, and you live there. He's been successful at it thus far.
Here's Xavier Holiday. He'll take called strike 1.
And something you're seeing also from Skeen is he's focused on Cub, but he's not making bad pitches because of his focus on Cub. When he decides to deliver to the plate, he's keeping his mechanics right and he's pitching well.
0-1 pitch, low and in.
You see oftentimes a runner like Cup get to first base and then get in the pitcher's head to the extent that he just 4-ball walks the next batter. And we've not seen that from Skeen.
One ball, one strike, 1 out. Dylan Cup at second base. He's walked twice. Both times he's been to the plate. Another throw over to first. And he's back. Holiday, by the way, walked his last time. Fought that one off and fouled it away to the right. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
But Cup was going. I don't know if that was a hit and run or if that was just a straight steal. Have no way of knowing. But Cup was going on the pitch.
They throw down there again. And once again, he's safe. He's probably thrown over to first base 7 or 8 times in this at bat, it seems like, at least. He did just as much the last time he was on base, and of course picked him off at second base earlier. 1-2 pitch. That would hit him.
And Cup was going on the throw. Cup had a good lead and got a good jump. But we'll never know whether he would have got thrown out or whether he would have stolen the base, because Holiday took one in the numbers on his back. But the Cedartown Bulldogs have 2 runners aboard with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning for Mr. Eli Barrow. Who could definitely make this a 3-0 game with 1 swing, as he has demonstrated before.
Barrow struck out looking, you might recall, a kind of a controversial strike 3 that he took that many Cedartown fans thought was outside. Maybe you weren't a Cedartown fan and thought the same way. Pitch to Eli. Upstairs, ball 1. And Eli knows if he might get 1 or 2 pitches that he can actually drive in this, unless there's a mistake.
I don't look for Barrow to get one over the meat of the plate unless it's a mistake.
And Skeen has not made many of those. Another pickoff move and another great job. That time, though, it was on the first base side of second. And Dylan Cup is back to the bag there. Not going to get thrown out again. At least he'll try not to. Cup at second, Holiday at first. Pitch. Strike. Wow. I'd switched it over. One, swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Eli needs to lock in here and not get frustrated.
1-2 pitch. Swung and missed, strike 3. Barrow takes a seat. Struck out twice today. And it's going to be up to Reese Tanner.
Cedartown fans not getting out of line, but clearly not happy with some of the calls.
Reese is 0 for 1. He struck out to end the first inning. The pitch. Called strike 1, a breaking ball. Nothing in 1. Skeen checks the runner at second. The pitch. Hit in the air, left field. Left fielder's underneath, and he makes the catch, and that's out number 3. Tothrow makes the squeeze, and Cedartown leads 2 more here in the inning. We head now to the 4th, and we are still scoreless here at the Dog Pound. Back after 60 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant, right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Scoreless after 3 from the Dog Pound. Jamie Newsom and Andrew Carter bringing you Bulldogs baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, WGAA, and Facebook Live. The Heritage Generals and the Cedartown Bulldogs scoreless after 3. Both teams leaving a lot of runners aboard, failing to capitalize on several scoring opportunities. There's been 1, 2, 3, probably 5 runners left in scoring position, maybe 6 between the two teams. That have and they're just not converting. Several strikeouts on both sides. Just not an offensive game for either team. Now, let's not take anything away from 2 fine pitchers that are pitching fine games. What is that old saying? Good hitting stops good pitching, and vice versa.
Well, I'm looking at the stats. We've walked 4 times and had 1 base hit. So, and a hit batsman is not counted in those walks. So you're talking about 6 runners left on base for the Dogs here in this game. So we head now to the top half of the 4th inning. Number 16, it will be J.J. Hunt, Max Owens, and Zach Barrett.
And it's been a problem that Cedartown has faced
number 16, J.J.
oftentimes lately. Now, that one game against Carrollton that everybody we got on base, we scored. But we've struggled with leaving runners aboard a lot this year.
High and tight from Reese. 1 ball, no strikes now. To J.J. Hunt. What has J.J. Hunt done? We'll find out here in a moment. Reese the wind, the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. Fastball, strike called outside corner. 1-1. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, big cut on a fastball. Hunt was hit by a pitch his last time up. So he was left on base. The 1-2. Pop up, right field. Tough play, but not tough for Tony Ware. He's right there to make the squeeze, 1 out. Into the night sky. It's just dark enough to where it's not a problem. About 30 minutes ago, the twilight could have been a little bit of an issue.
The Generals, number 11, Max.
Yeah, it gets much, much easier once it gets completely dark.
Max Owens now the right fielder. Pitch. Swung at one in the dirt. 0-1. Owens is 1 for 1. He's got a base hit. The pitch. Called, strike 2. So Reese has finally found that outside corner, and he's going there. I've got 1-1, and it is 1-1. Umpire confirms it. Here's the 1-1. That one almost, did he go? He went around. He says he went. Looked like he might have been trying to get out of the way of the pitch, but if you go around, swing and a miss, it's 1-2. It's not a strikeout, but wow.
Well, now there are some befuzzled looks around.
We're all
Now
befuzzled.
batting for the Generals, number 21, Zach Barrett.
So the count was wrong, too. It was 0-2, apparently. I only had a 1-1 count.
The batter was trying to jump out of the way of the ball, and what the call of the umpire was is that he swung at it in the process of that.
High chopper to third base. Holiday on one hop. Throws to first. Got it. Good play.
Pretty play by Holiday.
Retires Barrett.
Holiday looked like a third baseman right there for sure. Sharply hit ball, caught it on one hop. Knew he had time to take a little crow hop, plant, and fire across the infield and got him by a step and a half. Good play by Holiday.
Let's see if the Bulldog bats can come alive here in the bottom half of the fourth. We'll come back after this 30-second break on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the big delay.
Back to baseball here at the old Dog Pound. Cedartown about to stroll up to the bat to see if we can get some runs up here in the fourth inning. 0-0 still the score. The Heritage Generals here at Cedartown High School playing Game 2 against your Bulldogs of a doubleheader today. Game 3 of the three-game region set. Cedartown leads 2-0 in the three-game region series. But all tied up at 0 here at the old ball field.
Each side with only one hit. No runs, no errors. That pitch misses. 1 ball, no strikes to Cole Dingler. Cole struck out his last time. 0-1, or 1-0 rather, is low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Cedartown needs base runners. We need to manufacture some runs. 0-0, very evenly played game. 2-0 on the way. Fly ball center field, shallow center field. Coming in to make the catch is Collette for the first out.
Cedartown has popped up way too much today. As I look back throughout the game, I won't try to remember specifically specific names and instances, but the amount of balls that we've just squared up and driven, very few today. A lot of pop fly outs.
That's a fly ball down the right side and foul, strike 1. Denver Nail is 0 for 1. Denver also struck out. 6 strikeouts so far for Landon Skeen. The 0-1. Line drive center field, base hit. Good piece of hitting there by Denver Nail.
It is, and so now what I'm about to say, because I said that we haven't squared up and driven a lot of baseballs today, and then Denver Nail squares up and drives one. So here we go. You ready? Yep. You know, we haven't been able to push a runner across when we got one on base for this whole game. Now we'll see what happens.
Chance White walked his last time, so he's been on base already today. Denver Nell, the runner at first base with 1 out. Pitch on the way. There's a fly ball to left field. Should be playable, though. Tothero is there, makes the catch. 2 out. 2 out in the inning. No advance from first.
You know, Andrew, when you know what the rule is about texting me during a ball game?
Don't do it unless you want to get called out.
Now batting for your Bulldogs,
J.P. Foster, one of my dearest friends, is sitting in an open-air restaurant in Miami with his phone set on the table, listening and watching the Cedartown Bulldogs. And he says, "Go Dogs." J.P. also a Cedartown High School alum. and loves his Bulldogs, as evidenced by the fact that he's in a restaurant in Miami and still listening to the Bulldogs. Have a great time, JP. I look forward to seeing you when you get back safe and sound.
JP and my daddy played ball together for several years when they were younger.
And I'll remind JP of that next week.
Of course, my daddy was a great third baseman for the Dogs back in the day. Leading away from the bag at first is Denver Nail. 1-1 pitch.
Good hold.
Down low, yeah. Great job there by the catcher, Quails. Yeah, Dad was a great athlete. The genes didn't come down to me. I love baseball, but I never could play it that well. I think my sister got the athletic bone. She played some softball. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Landon Skeen has been good. 2-2. Still good. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the inning is over. Another runner left on, and we're through 4 innings, and neither side has been able to break into the score column.
A lot of zeros on that scoreboard. So after 4 complete, nada.
0-0. 1 hit in the inning, but he's left aboard. Back after this 60-second break.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Bulldogs Baseball here on the Big AA. Cedartown's own 1340 AM. And always remember, wherever you are in your home, your automobile, your place of business, whenever the Bulldogs play, they'll be right here on the Big AA. No score after 4 complete here at the Dog Pound. The Heritage Generals playing your beloved Bulldogs in the 3rd game of their region setup. And a bunch of zeros across the board. Both teams had several base runners, several opportunities to score. Both teams able to get runners on, just not able to move them around. And so here's another chance for these Generals in the 5th. Here's Andrew with the call.
J.C. Armour will lead it off, and he will foul one off the mask of Eli. Strike 1. It'll be J.C. Armour, Landon Skeen, and Bryce Quails. That's 6, 7, and 8, and the Heritage lineup. No runs, 1 hit for the Generals, no runs, 2 hits for the Dogs. Each side have played errorless ball at this point. No balls, 1 strike. The wind, the pitch from Reese Tanner. Breaking ball. Thought it might be strike 2, but it's ball 1. That outer zone has been called. That time, not so much. It was a little farther out than I thought it was. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Came in on him with a fastball, and he swung through it. Yeah, good pitch. The wind, the 1-2. Fly ball right field. Tony Ware coming in, still coming in. There he is. He's got it. 1 gone here in the 5th. Tony's been busy in this game.
Tony has been busy in this game, and I've made a lot of comments about failing to be able to get the runners over, but every time I say that, while it's true, I need to also comment that both of these pitchers are doing an outstanding game.
They really are.
Both of them are doing a great job.
And the pitcher for Heritage, Landon Skeen, batting for himself here. He's 0 for 1. Fastball, strike 1. Skeen is 0 for 1. I believe he might have flown out as well. 0-1 pitch. Bouncer, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reese Tanner, 52 pitches, 32 strikes. He's faced 15 men so far. 1-1 pitch to Skeen. Down the middle, strike call.
Pretty curveball. Kind of jelly-legged. Skeen started it off at his ear hole, and it broke in across the plate. Pretty strike.
Nice curve. Skeen digs in. 1-2 from Reese. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went from the curve and threw him
to the heater, high and outside.
Heater, high and outside. Yeah.
Now batting for the Generals, number 9, Bryce Coyle.
That was a good setup. The curveball that starts off at your head, breaks across, kind of gets you wanting to back off a little bit and go high and away.
Here's Quails. Call strike 1, 0-1 the count. Quails is 0 for 1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. (0-2). Popped up right side, that'll be out of play. Reese ready to go now. The 0-2 pitch, here it is. Foul back off the netting. If you like pitching, this has been your game.
This has been your game. And the middle Barrow has arrived to visit. We are Barrow rich today.
Here's the 0-2. Blow it away, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
If I had ordered a bucket full of Barrows, they got delivered tonight.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Gets away from Eli. Throw to first. Got him. Great play there by Eli Barrow. Got the ball that popped away from him. Completes the strikeout. And we head to the bottom half of the 5th. Nothing doing for the Generals on the top of the 5th. Back after this 60-second break on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, folks, to Cedartown High School Bulldogs Baseball here on the Big AA. A whole bunch of zeros across the board for both teams. No score in the game with 4.5 in the books. Bottom half of the 5th inning about to get underway here from the Dog Pound. Top of the order up for the Cedartown Bulldogs. Pitcher's duel is what this has been today. If you wanted to see some good pitching, come out here and watch Tanner and Skeen, because they have shut everybody down.
Skeen has just been relieved, Jamie. They
has he
guy out there. Jonathan Glover is the new pitcher.
Yes, he has.
So the line will end with Skeen go with a bunch of zeros and a couple of hits.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 3.
You know, it ain't over till it's over. So you don't know what's going to happen in this game. Both teams have very evenly matched. It has been shown in 2.5 baseball games, but Skeen did his job.
Glover delivers to Cup, and he takes a breaking ball and a strike call. 0-1. Dylan Cup has been walked twice, both times he's been at the plate. The wind, the 0-1. Cup hits the grounder toward third and foul.
The only thing that's bad about that, if you're a Heritage General, especially if you're Skeen, is the outstanding pitching performance that he put up.
You won't get the win.
Well, there's a no decision either way.
Yeah.
Close the book on zip. I mean, obviously those performance numbers that he had are on his record, but he can't get the win.
4 innings pitched, 2 hits allowed, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts for Skeen. The 0-2. Curveball high and away. 1-2.
Of course, these young guys, these athletes, they care about their team winning. Probably, I can't get the win in my win-loss record is not what that young man's thinking about.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fought off.
Because right now, Dylan Cup dug in. He's not worried about his batting average. He's worried about getting on base so his team can take the lead.
Skeen finishes the night with 80 pitches. Reese only has 60 to this point. 1-2 is fouled away. 60 pitches for Reese Tanner through 5, I should say. And through 4, Skeen through 80 pitches. So Reese a tad bit more. That's outside ball 2. A little more efficient was Reese, although a very good performance by Skeen nevertheless. The line, the 2-2 pitch. Comebacker to the mound. What a great play by Glover. Throws to first and robbed a hit.
Yeah, that ball was pretty sharply hit right back to the pitcher. He threw a glove out there, just instinct and reaction, and if he doesn't glove it, it's destined for center field.
Number 13, Tony Ware.
It's one of those things where your snap reaction, say, hey, look what I found. There's a baseball in my glove. Tony Ware has got the one of only 2 Cedartown hits. He's 1 for 2, and he's also struck out. Pitch on the way to Ware. Outside, 1-0. One-0 pitch. Called strike 1 on a curveball. Pretty good curve. 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. Want to welcome the 100 or so plus watching on Facebook and YouTube, and who knows how many on NFHS, and all those listening on the radio in Polk County. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 2-2. A lot of folks love their Cedartown Bulldogs, and of course we've also kind of gotten quite a following from our visiting teams that we broadcast. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball to left center field. That ball is going to be down on a diving try in center. At second base is Tony Ware with a double. A 2-out double. Ware, he's 2 for 3 on the day. That ball was smoked.
That ball was absolutely smoked, and Collette in center field did everything he could do. He laid out, sacrificing his body trying to get to that ball.
Xavier Holiday.
So outstanding effort, and almost came up with it.
Yeah.
But that ball was just blistered to center field.
And the good job by Tothrow to back him up there to hold him to a double. Here's Xavier Holiday, hits a bouncer to second base, 2 hops. The pick, the throw in time for out number 2. Moves Ware to third base. So if the Dogs want to get a run in this inning, they're going to have to do it with 2 outs. And Eli Barrow will be the batter.
Okay, so you look at this setup. You got Eli Barrow, the Dogs' cleanup hitter. He's had a frustrating day at the plate today. Couple of strikeouts. He's due, and he's got a runner standing 90 feet away for that would be the first run of the game for either team. And so now's the time, Mr. Barrow. Dig in.
Pitch to Barrow. Low and away, ball 1. Barrow 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 1 looking, 1 swing. 1-0 pitch. High and away, 2-0. Pitch to Barrow. Ball 3, that's low.
So what do you do if you're Coach Johnson with Eli here?
Take. That's what I say. 3-0. He doesn't. He has the green light and swings on a 3-0 and fouls it at the plate. 3-1. I was wrong.
Well, I was thinking that give him the swing away and pick you out a 6 square inch box.
3-1 pitch, curveball, high, ball 4. They're at the corners, and now Reese Tanner will come to the plate with 2 outs and runners at the corners.
So do we get a runner for Barrow?
I would think
expect that, and yes. Who is that, Ace? Yes. Ace Allen, the Dogs' freshman that off-time starts at third base. Outstanding ball player in his own right. Comes in to run for Barrow. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Bottom half of the 5th inning, no score. This is the most the Dogs have threatened to score since, what would you say, Andrew, the 1st inning?
Probably so. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 1.
This is one of those times when it goes without saying, can't afford a mistake. Can't afford a base running mistake.
You wonder if Ace Allen may challenge the catcher heading over to second. And they do a pickoff attempt, runner back to first. And
that old 31 turn.
Yep. Almost caught Ace flat-footed at first.
Well, Ace has played a lot of ball, and the old 31 trick did not trick him.
Runner goes. They will look to third base. Safe.
So Ace Allen did the break to second and try to get in the rundown, see if the pitcher will not try to get in the rundown, see if the pitcher will balk, try to force a mistake. The pitcher actually kept his cool, handled it well, snapped back over, and almost got our runner at third. But now we've got 2 runners in scoring position.
1-0 pitch. Inside, 2-0.
Base hit here by Reese would put the Dogs up 2-0. infield back.
Glover definitely a different kind of pitcher, and they're going to
put him on.
Intentionally walk Reese Tanner. And no offense to Reese, but I'm kind of surprised they're doing that because even though Reese has
number 8,
because Reese has had not a good day at the plate. Cole Dingler has also not had a good day at the plate, but with the bases loaded, I guess they take your chance with a force at every base.
Well, you take your chance with a force at every base with that 31 play that happened a moment ago that resulted in us moving the runner up to second, that left first base open. Unless there's a double into the gap that scores the runner from first, then that runner at first is really irrelevant at the moment. So what you're gaining by that is a force at every base.
Wiggly out is at first base to run for Reese Tanner.
I think it's probably the smart play. And, of course, just like in anything else, whether it was a smart play or a bonehead play is determined by what the batter does.
Cole is 0 for 2. He's got a strikeout.
Sometimes whether you're a hero or a GOAT is based upon whether it worked.
Right.
But I think this is the odds play.
The pitch. Called strike one with a breaking ball outside corner. Glover comes set. The 0-1 pitch. A little low, I think. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Dogs with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Bottom half of the 5th, no score.
The 1-1. Low and away, ball 2. No place to put him. You take a bases loaded walk as well.
Yeah, typically I don't like to go ahead by that way, but at this juncture, I'll take it.
2-1 pitch. Foul back, and it's 2-2. Big cut there by Cole Dingler. You'd like to have that pitch back. He just missed it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases full and a scoreless game in the bottom half of the 5th. Glover set the 2-2. High chopper back to the mound. They'll go to first. And the inning is over. Bases left full for the Dogs in the 5th, and we are still scoreless through 5. Top of the 6th coming up. Cedartown Bulldogs baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, Bulldogs fans, to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball here on the Cedartown High School Sports Network, WGAA. We'd like to thank all of our Bulldog sponsors for making these broadcasts possible. Me and Andrew, it's our pleasure to come into your home, your automobile, your place of business, wherever you listen to your Bulldogs. We want to welcome all of those from Heritage that are tuning in. Your young men are playing a valiant game. 2 good baseball teams playing a scoreless game. Bringing you action from the top of the 6th. Here's Andrew with the call.
Reese's pitch just misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch to Collette. Called strike, 1-1. Jay Collette, Eli Tothero, and Brady Chandler, the batters, due up here in this top of the 6th in a scoreless tie. 1-1. Outside.
No, he called that a strike.
Did he?
I think.
It's outside.
All right.
The pitch. Foul tip. Now it's 2-2. The pointing confused me.
It did me as well.
The line, the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. One gone in the inning. Swing and a miss. Collette takes a seat. That is the second time that Collette has struck out. Back to the top of the order now with Tothero.
The Generals, number 4, Eli Tothero.
Eli Tothero 0 for 1. He's walked once. One of many base runners for both sides that have been left stranded. Strike called, 0-1. In fact, Tothero has been the only batter that Reese has walked. There was a hit batsman early in the game. Pitch. Strike 2. Went around, and the Heritage fans are very unhappy with the call.
With that call that he didn't check the swing.
No balls, 2
Can't
strikes.
say I disagree with them.
The 0-2. Upstairs. 1-2. Reese delivers. A bouncer, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 6th. 0-0. 2-2 from Tanner. Struck him out swinging. What a pitch.
Pretty pitch, yes. Tothero tried to put a ride on that. Looked like he might have pulled off of it a little bit.
Now batting for the Generals, number 7, Brady Chandler.
Pulled his head out a little bit.
7 strikeouts for Reese Tanner in this game. Called strike 1. The wind, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hard fastball there. Brady Chandler behind 0-2.
Yeah, Reese put a little bit of extra mustard on that one.
Chandler is hitless. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch. Fastball high. Sign from Eli. Wind the 1-2 from Reese. That one got away from him, 2-2.
Trying to put him out. May have overthrown that one a little bit. Looking at the replay, I think he probably did try to put a little too much mustard on that one.
2-2. Hit on the ground towards second base. Denver Nail fields and throws. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Dogs defense. And the bats, we need them. Bottom half of the 6th inning. No score. Back after this.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome. And even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
And we're back to more baseball here from Cedartown High School. Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the Heritage Generals locked up in a 0-0-0, bunch of zeros tie game. Bottom half of the sixth about to get started. And I imagine this game's going to go until somebody can score a run.
That's usually how it goes, isn't it?
That's generally how baseball goes.
Unless it's an exhibition game. And this is definitely not that.
This is not. This is a region game. Bottom half of the sixth, though, and no score, just underway. And here's Andrew.
First pitch to Denver Nell was low and away. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Jonathan Glover pitching in relief of a great start by Landon Skeen for Heritage Generals. 1-0 pitch on the way to Denver. Called strike, 1-1. Denver had a nice base hit his last time. It was a hard base hit to the outfield.
And we need him to replay that.
Here's the 1-1. A breaking ball low and away. Two and one. Glover the line, the 2-1 pitch on the way to Denver Nale. Foul back. It's 2-2. Dogs will be at home next week on Tuesday against Northwest Whitfield, and then we go. That's senior night, by the way, on Tuesday. Then Friday, a doubleheader at their place. 2-2 pitch. It hit the bat, didn't it? It did.
Yeah, that ball was completely behind him, and he forgot
to lower
pull that bat down.
So it's a foul ball.
It is.
You heard the thunk. And the count is still 2-2. You might remember Northwest Whitfield had Cade Fisher, their top pitcher, who's now pitching for the Florida Gators. They're still a good ball club, though. We've yet to place in Oroville. They're probably the next best team to Heritage in the region. 2-2 pitch is low and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Time called. Home plate umpire heads out to the mound to talk to the pitcher. Seems to be a friendly conversation. Maybe needs a new baseball or two. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Denver Nale. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Great start to the inning.
There we go, Bulldogs fans. Got a leadoff runner aboard. We have needed that for some time.
Here's Chance White. 0 for 1 is Chance with a walk. We've struck out 7 times and walked 7 times.
Number 1, Chance White.
3 hits for the Dogs, 1 hit batsman as well. So 11 men left on for the Dogs, or 11 men have been on base so far.
Number 5, Britt Baxter.
Britt Baxter is out there to courtesy run. Or to pinch run, I guess, for Denver Nale.
Yeah, that would be
it's a pinch.
That would be a pinch run.
Baxter's a pretty smart base runner, and they'll throw down there to try to pick him off, and he's back safely. Baxter had a great game on the mound on Tuesday against this same team. Won that game 5-3. Pitch. He went strike 1. Chance was squaring the bunt, and he, I believe, went for it.
He did.
0-1.
Dogs trying to apparently manufacture a run here, get Britt out there at first base. See if they can't bunt him over to get a runner in scoring position with one out. Let's see if they do that again.
The 0-1. Squared to bunt. That's way outside. 1-1.
Pulled it back.
Did not go for it. You're right. Boys soccer, by the way, won 10-0 in a GHSA Mercy Rule win over Sonoraville at the top of the hill. So congrats to both the girls and boys soccer teams. Winning tonight, they both needed region victories. Had some tough road losses earlier. 1-1. Chance White squares to bunt again, takes it back. 2-1. Down low was the pitch.
A lot going on here. Everybody on this field knows what's at stake.
2-1 pitch. A bunt try, foul to the right.
Third baseman was crashing. But with 2 strikes, one would think that bunt play's probably off now.
We've seen a few times this year, opponents have surprised us with bunt tries on strike twos and almost got base hits on them.
Third baseman back to his position, thinking the same thing.
2-2 to Chance, high, 3 balls, 2 strikes, a curveball that was way up. Britt Baxter, pickoff attempt, close play, very close. Just slides back in, does Baxter. Here's the 3-2. Hit on the ground, base hit right field. Baxter is going to stop at second base. They're at first and second with nobody out, and that's the first time tonight the Dogs have gotten 2 aboard quickly like that.
Good piece of hitting by the Cedartown Bulldogs. Good piece of hitting.
And that's 2 consecutive hits. We haven't strung together 2 consecutive hits all day long, all night in this game. And now Jack Roper is the scheduled batter, but they're going to bring him out and put Ace Allen out there to bat, putting some faith in his freshman.
For your Bulldogs, 00, Ace Allen.
So Coach Johnson playing a little bit of strategery here. Opts to put the freshman in there to pinch hit for Jack Roper. You know, Kelly O'Neill talks about the honor of wearing the 00. It's kind of a swagger type thing. See if he squares to bunt, and they look back, the runner's back, first and second.
You know, and I don't know, certainly I'm not as intimately knowledgeable as all of their specific skill sets. It may just be because Ace is a better bunter, and that's what he's sent up there to do.
Squares to bunt, takes in the dirt, ball 1.
Infield got the first baseman crashing, second baseman breaking for first.
Well, see,
play aboard to leave the third baseman at home so that he can cover. If this bunt gets down to the extent that they've got to force it third, you need him at home.
Coaching visit here as the coach comes out there to talk on the mound. My guess is, and it would be a pretty good guess, the way Reese is pitching right now, he's got a 1-hitter through 6.
He ain't going nowhere.
No, and 1 run might just be enough.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere. His pitch counts very reasonable, and he's doing. I mean, he is dialed in. We talked earlier in the broadcast that his release point was a little high in the first inning. He had that hit batsman, but he dialed that in by the second, and he's just been spot on. I look for the bunt to be on again. It is.
And he fouls it away to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Probably got one more try at that.
The stretch, the 1-1, squares to bunt, pops the bunt up, caught. Throw to first, not in time, and the bunt try does not go. 1 out. And now it'll bring up Dylan Cupp. Dylan Cupp will be the batter. The pop up bunt does not work.
That.
Now batting for your Bulldogs.
Was it in Yes, it was in the Central game where Central tried that, and we actually doubled off the runner at first with that.
Yes.
When we were on defense.
And we almost got doubled off
happened
there.
Right there with us.
1 out, Dylan Cupp the batter. Dylan has been walked twice. Pitch to Dylan. Dylan bunts. Down the line, that ball is foul. Strike 1.
That was about 3 inches from being a bunt base hit. What it is now is a really impressive what if that rolled foul. But a textbook bunt that just barely rolled foul. Nobody was going to be able to throw anybody out, and the Dogs would have bases loaded.
You surprised at the bunt call there?
Very.
So am I.
I mean, I'm not criticizing it, but I'm surprised at it.
Does he have the call again? 0-1, he doesn't. He takes outside, 1-1 the count. Keeps the bat on his shoulder. With Dylan's bat, you would expect an extra base hit to maybe break this 0-0 tie. 1-1. High chopper. That could be in trouble. That's going to roll, and that's going to be fair. Just as good as a bunt, is it not?
Yeah, that was a rolling bunt. And truth of the matter, you can't second guess Heritage just backing off of that. Once the ball, it was not an intended bunt for you guys on the radio. It was a swinging accidental bunt. But once he got past the pitcher's ability to field it, then the only hope of that not being an infield single is a rolling foul. So they just backed off of it.
They were hoping
and prayed it rolled foul.
They were hoping it would hit some pebble over there in the dirt and go foul, but it did not.
Yeah, and you do that 5 more times. Is it possible it does that a few times? Yeah. So you can't criticize Heritage just pulling their hands up.
It was the right
saying,
call.
Let's hope it rolls foul. It just didn't work out.
Infield hit for Dylan Cupp. Tony Ware is 2 for 3 with a strikeout.
And the bases are loaded with 1 out.
A fly ball to the outfield, something. Just don't hit it on the ground.
The infield in on the grass to try to make the play at the plate on a grounder.
Pitch on the way. Breaking ball. Ball 1.
Bottom of the 6th inning, no score, but the Dogs with the bases loaded.
Pitch. Ball 2 in the dirt. Corners are in on the grass. All the infielders in on the grass.
All of them.
2-0. Fly ball left field. That ball is going to be down all the way to the 5th. 2 runs are in. 2-0 Cedartown. Tony Ware 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
And just blistered one all the way to the left field fence. That was not a lollygag, folks.
No,
that
sir.
That was a turned on it and caught it on the screws, rocket shot to left field. 2-0 Bulldogs. Bottom half of the 6th inning.
Your Bulldogs, number 4.
And still on the 1 out for X Holiday.
X Holiday digs in. He's walked once, hitless on the day. Man, Tony Ware. You just have to pick one of these guys. It may be X Holiday, it might be Tony Ware, it might be Dylan Cupp who had the big game at the plate. In this game, it's been Tony Ware. X Holiday takes a little low, ball 1. Tony Ware breaks the scoreless tie with a 2-run single to left field. Long single. 1-0 pitch. Wild pitch off the. It's probably a pass ball off the glove of the catcher. Back to the backstop. Runners will move up second and third. 2-0.
Yeah, I would have to rule that a pass ball as opposed to a wild pitch. The ball was outside, definitely outside, halfway in the middle of the right-handed batter's box, but the error would have to go on the catcher.
2-0 the count. Runners second and third. Swing and a miss. 2-1. Big cut there by X. Runners are second and third with 1 out, 2-1 pitch. X takes inside, almost hit him, 3-1. And one would think that Glover might be a little shaken up by that double, or by that 2-run hit by Ware. He's not as sharp in this inning as he's been since he came in relief. A hitter's count for X Holiday. And ball 4. They're loaded up again with one out. And here comes Eli Barrow, Big Show Barrow. What a better way to snap out of a bad day at the plate than to bust this game open right here.
And Barrow certainly is due. Bases juiced.
Here's the pitch to Eli. Deep to left field. Back to the fence. It is gone. It's a grand slam.
Touch them all, Eli Barrow.
I called it.
No doubter. When Eli turned on that ball, the only question was how far is it going? That ball was absolutely tattooed. 6-0 Bulldogs.
Listen to this crowd. Eli was 0 for 2 and then a bomb. 6-0. Still only 1 out.
Now batting for your Bulldogs.
When you look at the final score of this game later on, you would not believe this game was scoreless coming into the 6th inning.
No, if you just were to tune in and look at the score right now, wow.
I mean, a 6 spot, 2-run single by Tony Ware, and then Eli Barrow belts a grand slam to left field, reminiscent of that walk-off home run he hit against Rockmart here a couple of years ago.
And when you're talking about he got every inch of that ball, I mean,
he destroyed it.
Destroyed that baseball.
New pitcher coming up for the Generals will step aside as he gets ready. Cedartown Bulldogs baseball in the Big AA, 6-0 to score. We'll come back. No, they're going to let him warm up here. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. 6-0 to score. Back after this.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball, Cedartown fans. If you're just joining us, This was a absolute pitcher's duel with no score through 5.5 innings. And then the Cedartown Bulldogs step up here in the bottom half of the 6th and have thus far put up 6 runs and are still batting with just 1 out. Eli Barrow just has cleaned the bases with a grand slam home run to make it 6-0 Cedartown against the Heritage Generals. And now we are continuing in the 6th, and here's Andrew.
Max Owens, the new pitcher, and the pitch on the way, and that ball is hit firmly but foul down the left side. 0-1 the count now to Reese Tanner. I think my excitement has kind of died down a little bit. I'm breathing normally now, and what an exciting couple of hits. The pitch. Low. One ball, 1 strike now to Reese Tanner. Reese 0 for 2 with a walk. One pitch. That's high. 2-1 the count. Third pitcher of the day for the Generals. Glover goes an inning and a third, gives up 5 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 4 walks, no strikeouts. 2-1. Strike call, 2-2. Kind of tarnishes the amazing start by Skeen, who went 4 innings, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts of Cedartown batters. And none of that matters now. Late inning heroics for the Dogs. 2-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Foul tipped, and that's a strikeout. Out number 2 here in the 6th. That'll take us to Cole Dingler. Cole 0 for 3. He struck out once
now batting
so far in this
Bulldogs,
game.
Number 8, Cole Dingler.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow during our local news at 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, noon, and 5:30 for a recap of this game by our very own Sam Branch. Big cut and a miss by Dingler, strike 1. Sam, by the way, had a birthday yesterday.
Oh,
happy belated birthday to Sam.
Happy birthday to Sam Branch.
I think you had a birthday recently. Popped a mile in the air straight up the chute. Pitcher calls for it, and he's got it, and that'll retire the side.
And I turned a little bit older than Sam.
Just a little bit. Jamie, big inning for the Bulldogs.
Big inning for the Bulldogs. What we've been saying for 2 games now, because the Dogs just barely pushed across in the first game. But when we get them on and then convert, make it happen when you get it on, well, the Dogs just did it. Sure enough, 6-0 after 6 complete. Cedartown Bulldogs have got to shut them down here, 3 more outs, but we've got a 6-run cushion now to do it. Reese Tanner continues to pitch, and we will see if he can close the book on a complete game shutout.
Back after 30 seconds on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to baseball, Cedartown fans. Jamie Newsom and Andrew Carter bringing you region play from Cedartown High School on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, WGAA. Cedartown leading the Heritage Generals by a score of 6-0 going into the 7th inning. The Heritage Generals have got 3 more outs to see if they can't get back into this game.
A one-hit shutout through 6 for Reese Tanner.
Now batting for the Generals, number 16, J.J. Hunt.
J.J. Hunt, 3, 4, and 5. Max Owens, Zach Barrett, the batters we expect up here in the top of the 7th inning. Reese, the line, and the pitch on the way. Chopper to third base. X picks it up, throws to first. Safe.
The ball beat him there, but the umpire's saying that the stretch pulled our first baseman off the bag.
Kind of tough to tell with our angle up here, but it was bang bang. I mean, like you said, the throw beat him there, but it brought him off the bag.
Now batting for the Generals, number 11, Max.
The leadoff runner aboard with an infield base hit. This 6-run cushion is looking nice now.
It sure is. Here's Max Owens. Max hits a fly ball to right field. That's pretty deep. Tony Ware is back, though. He's got it. He'll make the catch. One gone.
He inside-outed that ball, and it was kind of slicing from left to right. Good read out there in right field to
now batting for
stay
the
under that ball
21,
and not let it
Zach
slice
Barrett.
away from him. 1 down in the 7th.
Stretching the pitch to Barrett. Breaking ball must have been high, I guess. 1-0. Looked like a pretty good pitch there. Barrett 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Reese has struck out 7 men. 1-0. Breaking ball, strike call, 1-1. One pitch. That's low, gets away from Eli, and runner will move up second base with no play. 2-1 the count. Cedartown trying to sweep Heritage, something they have never done. We've taken 2 out of 3 many times, but never have swept these guys. Look to second, 2-1. Fly ball center field. Drifting over to right field now. Tony Ware makes, oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Runners are going to be at second and third.
A very unusual E9. Just looked like he took his eye off of it at the last second.
He did.
He had ranged over
number 20, J.C.
and was
Armour.
camped out up under it.
That is the first error for the Dogs in this game. First error by anybody.
Just looked like a moment of inattention.
Here's J.C. Armour, pitch. Struck high, I guess, ball 1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Runners are second and third. They lead away. 1-1 pitch. Line draw to shortstop. They'll look the runners back to throw to first. In time, nobody can move up. That's out number 2. Great play there by Dylan Cupp to handle that little soft liner that bounced once in front of him.
Now batting for the Generals, number 24, Jonathan Glover.
It's up to Jonathan Glover.
The winner of the Javi Lopez autograph bat is Tammy Talley.
I think Tammy Talley might be watching on Facebook Live right now. Cedartown an out away from going 6-0 in region play. 2 on, 2 out, second and third. Glover pops it up, right side, foul. 0-1.
Look, I don't win.
6-0, Cedartown leads here in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, no balls and a strike to Glover. Glover has no official at-bats in this game. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just missed. That ball was called a strike earlier in the game.
Several times.
Yeah. Oof. 1-1. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Heat. Heritage down to their final strike. 5-3 winners in the first game of the series. And won the game earlier. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss.
And a one hit or 2 hit shutout, complete game shutout for Reese Tanner. You know, a lot of young men play their entire life and never pitch a shutout.
Well, and Reese just did it. 6-0 the final score. Cedartown is 6-0 in region play and continue to play hot baseball. We'll come back after 60 seconds and wrap up this broadcast. Cedartown Bulldogs baseball is here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
The Cedartown High School Bulldogs victorious again over the Heritage General 6-0 here at the Dog Pound. That is 2 times in a row that we have swept our region competitors. The first series was Central Carroll. We swept them last week, and if this week swept the Generals. 1 game at their house earlier in the week, and 2 games here at the Dog Pound tonight. 6-0 were the Bulldogs in region play.
The line score goes like this: 6 runs on 7 hits. All 6 of them came in the 6th inning. For Heritage, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. For the Bulldogs, the big offensive guys, Dylan Cupp went 1 for 2, 2 walks. Tony Ware broke the game out of the scoreless tie, went 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. And then, of course, Eli Barrow with a grand slam, which made it 6-0. He has 4 RBIs, of course. Reese Tanner didn't do too much of the play, but on the mound, earned his keep.
Yes, he did.
7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, only 1 walk.
Only 1 walk.
8 strikeouts,
wow,
including the side to end the game.
Struck out the side to end the game. You know, that just puts a sharp exclamation point on a fantastic night for Reese Tanner. When the Dogs were not scoring, when the Dogs were leaving runners on base, when the Dogs were striking out, popping up, Reese was keeping it 0-0. You know, Reese is out there pitching magnificently. We also had several big league plays defensively. But Reese, outstanding pitching performance. But with that said, you can't take away from an equally outstanding pitching performance by the starter for Heritage.
You can't. I mean, he he deserved a better fate, I guess, if you're Heritage, because of the great start that he made. He was relieved, and then Glover did okay for about an inning in the third, and then fell apart in the 6th inning when he gave up those 6 runs. A few region scores to bring you here. In the 5th inning, Sonoraville leads Central 8-5. Earlier today, Central beat Sonoraville 6-5. That's a big win for Central over a good Sonoraville team.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier in the week, a 3-0 win for Sonoraville over Central. So it appears that looks like Sonoraville is trying to win that region series. Northwest Whitfield, the team we're playing next, is playing Southeast Whitfield. They've already beaten them 9-1. They're playing tomorrow. Southeast Whitfield is winless, by the way, 0-17. Northwest is 8-7. Real quick, I wanted to give you the region standings up to this point before we head out of here. And as soon as we can get that pulled up, we'll tell you. The standings go like this. For the region, Cedartown leads the region by 2 games. Well, there's a 5-0, now 6-0. Heritage is 3-3.
Right.
Sonoraville is 3-2, about to be 4-2. So Sonoraville is going to jump up into second place in the region. And then, by the way, Class 4A, Max Preps has Cedartown ranked, I believe, second
in the state.
I believe. We'll let that load up here. We'll tell you. Actually, no, Cedartown, according to Max Preps, is 3, 4, 5, 6 in the state, but I think those numbers are going to change once everything is said and done.
Everything pans out after this week.
But a great win by the Bulldogs today, 6-0, a scoreless tie into the 6th inning. We won the first game in a close 2-1 affair, and won 5-3 on Tuesday at Heritage to complete the sweep for the first time. We've swept the Heritage Generals. And Jamie, before we go, this game in years past had been the last region series we played. It was always a region series that decided who would win the region. And for the past 2 years, it's been the Cedartown Bulldogs who won against Heritage to win the region.
Yeah, and you still have to play all the games. You're not taking anything for granted, but to be 6-0 in the region and already have Central High School in Carrollton.
Those are 2 good programs you have swept.
And Heritage High School already in the rearview mirror.
Yes.
And be 6-0, number 1 in the region, and already have those 2 high schools in the rearview mirror.
Yes.
That is an outstanding position for the Bulldogs to be in this juncture of region play.
Well, we're back with you on Tuesday next week, back here at home for Senior Night. It's sure to be an emotional time as we honor some wonderful seniors who have been an integral part of this program, an integral part of this 2 in a row, hoping to be 3 in a row region champions.
And I'm so much looking forward to having the opportunity to call that game with you. You and I have called senior nights before. Of course, most emotional for me was the senior night that I was privileged to call with you, the senior night when my son was a senior. This will be the first senior night I've called with you since class of 2017's senior night, and I'm really looking forward to it because this team's very precious to me. There's the younger brothers of a couple of the boys that played with my son. There's kids on this team, young men on this team, rather, that I've watched them play since they were 5 years old. And be a very, very special night, and I'm really looking forward to calling it with you.
Can't wait to be here next Tuesday. Hope you will too. If the Dogs, of course, if you can't make it out, we'll always be here to cover. And again, want to thank our Heritage folks watching tonight. We're homers. We're going to cheer on the Bulldogs, but Heritage has a great ball team, and last year, of course, you might recall, for Cedartown fans who may not remember, Heritage and Cedartown made deep runs in the playoffs last year. Heritage lost in the Elite Eight to LaGrange, who eventually played Cedartown in the Final Four last year.
That's very, very true. And something else that I never want to neglect to mention when it's occurred, and that's 2 teams that played an honorable, sportsmanlike game. In a game 0-0 like this, it could get tense between teams. That sportsmanship, uncontrolled by coaches, can go into unsportsman behavior. Fans that are real passionate watching a game like this, seeing your team get 2 on and 1 out and then not score. Emotions can run high. That didn't occur here tonight. It didn't occur here anytime we played Heritage. The young men, they played with dignity and honor. They played a hard game. They played a sportsmanlike game. The fans on both sides, nobody was catcalling. It was just a baseball game that speaks to what you want in high school sports.
Indeed it is. Final score 6-0. Cedartown wins and sweeps the Heritage Generals. He's Jamie Newsom.
And he's Andrew Carter.
And remember, when the Bulldogs play,
you'll hear them on the big AA.
Good night. God bless.
W291 TS Cedartown. Your home for the Cedartown High School Bulldogs.